Hello everyone, it's Karina. Welcome to A Life of a Mermaid. Here in my room, my new home. um, so I haven't posted in a couple days. Wasn't really feeling it. Definitely was still kind of in my pit. I know I explored it the other day. Thought I had gotten out, but apparently I hadn't. um, but officially out. Today it's the time of the month again. So I'm just feeling really like just low energy in general. So I laid down earlier and I knocked out. I was like, oh fuck! I woke up and I was like, shit. um, so just kind of like low energy in general. In general, just feeling tired. But other than that, like mentally though, I feel okay. Just physically, like I just feel drained in a sense. Um, but yeah, like yesterday, I posted on Instagram live and stuff like that, and I had to kind of basically explore and challenge my negative conversations about my situation, and we'll see the positive in all of it and stuff like that. And I mean, it was definitely a challenge in the beginning. I know I kept kind of pushing it back until I was like, okay, I get to do this, and I need to do this, and I'm gonna do this. um and again, I had to really like explore within myself, and like what what am I like, what am I gaining out of all of this? Like, what is the positive out of this, or what's kind of the purpose behind this? What is life giving me, or the universe giving me with this? What gift can I take out of this? So again, I had to do a lot of exploring and a lot of self-reflection. And one thing that hit me was that that I am a runner. Not like physically, but like that I would avoid her, in a sense that I would run away from my problems. When things would get uncomfortable, I would just kind of walk away, or you know, um, physically leave. Again, also just kind of shut down. But a lot of times I would physically leave. And that's something that I realized that now I can't. I mean, it's gonna take me a lot longer with the crutches and shit like that. But it's like, I mean, I really can't. I'm kind of limited to how fast I can go, or where I can go and that kind of stuff. Again, I can't drive. I can't, so I realized that that was definitely one thing that, a positive thing, if anything, out of all of this. Um, that I get to face my problems face on, face on, that I don't get to run anymore. I don't get to avoid that, as shit happens, I get to deal with it. Which is not a bad thing. It's something that I think I've been wanting to do, but it was just, again, avoiding, and kind of like, oh, I don't know how to. But, I mean, I know how to. I think I was just choosing not to. So again, now it's, the universe delivered, and it's like, here you go. You can't keep running from your problems. You can't keep avoiding. You have to face them, face on, and, as shit comes up, you get to deal with it, and another thing that goes with that too, like, just being vulnerable. I mean, it's, I'm in a really vulnerable state right now, where I am depending on others, and, I do get to ask for help. But again, it's like I was kind of mentioning yesterday, it's like it's on their terms, in a sense, um, that I'm so used to getting things like this, or, when I want it now, it's okay, now, like, if I feel that they're not meeting like my expectations, I'm just like, fuck it, and I'll go do it, but it's like, now it's like, again, I really can't do that, and it's really teaching me, not to lower my expectations, but to not have any expectations of others, to really understand and know that, everyone has their own pace, and, everyone does things their way. And I get to learn to be okay with that, because there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with people going, at their pace, or going at it their way. It's just me being an impatient, controlling bitch, that I just want things done, like that, and I want it done a certain way. But again, it doesn't mean that their way is wrong, or even that my way is wrong. It's just, you know, again, it's just teaching me to learn. It's teaching me to let go of that expectation. It's teaching me to be in the moment and be accepting of others, and be accepting of the way that they do things, and that it's going to look different to the way that I do things. But again, there's nothing wrong with that. So that's another thing that it's really taught me, and it's definitely brought me and Sal a lot closer, because again, like I'm allowing him in. I don't have my guard up, because I need him, and I think before it was more of like, oh, like I choose you, and I think it was just it's hard to explain. I definitely had like a different approach. I think I've shared a little bit about this before. I think just because of the relationship that my parents had, and then my mom was more of your typical Mexican woman, and my dad was, again, your typical Mexican man, where, he was a breadwinner, he's the one that worked, she was a stay-at-home mom, she cooked, she cleaned, she took care of the kids, she depended on him financially and, in many different ways. And I think, growing up, seeing that, it was always, for me, it was like, I didn't want that. Again, nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with my mom, nothing wrong with my parents. But just for me, because I saw how, in a sense, he controlled her, and how she also allowed him to control her. That I never wanted that. I didn't want to be in a relationship or let a man, or really let any person control me, which I think is why a lot of the times when people tell me to do things, I always kind of tend to tense up. And I tend to, the sassy Latina comes out, like, you don't tell me what to do. But I know that it stems from that, from my parents and from my childhood. And, just seeing that I always kind of swore that I wouldn't be in that situation, that I wouldn't allow myself to do that, So again, so a lot of the times I think I would push Sal away, or wouldn't necessarily allow him to to help me or support me in a lot of different ways, because of that, because I've always, had that in my mind of, I'm not going to become that woman. I'm not going to, depend on a man or on someone else, in a sense. But, now it's like I said, I need the support. I mean, I'm limited to what I can do and stuff like that. So it's like, it's teaching me a different point of view. It's teaching me that it's okay to need help, that it's okay to ask for help, that it's okay to depend on others, that it is not a sign of weakness, that, sometimes, yeah, it's cool to be independent and to do things on your own, but, also sometimes, you need to be a team, and that, that's a good thing. There's a lot of perks in being a team, whether it's school, your partner, whatever the situation may be, but that it's okay to play as a team. And that's one thing that, again, that I'm letting kind of go of those expectations, and just kind of being in the moment with it, and, being vulnerable and really playing team with him, and just being one. And, it's really brought us a lot. It's really brought us closer together. We've had some really awesome conversations, just allowing him to be there and for me. And, again, I think it's allowed him to step into his power, and then it's allowed me to let go of the control, to be in the moment, to accept the love and support of others, and accept the love and support of him. And again, I can see like how it's really, affected our relationship, but in a positive way. I've seen, like how it's helped us just grow, and that, he does seem happier in a sense. And then again, I know that I am too, because I do feel less stress, less like, okay, I need to do this, or like everything falls on me. It really does feel like that team effort of, okay, like I did what I could, I'm doing my part, and then he's going to help me with this, he's going to help with that. And, vice versa, that we're helping each other out, that we're being there for each other, that we are a team. So it's a really amazing feeling. So that's another thing that it has really come out of all of this, or that I've been able to kind of reflect, and just my relationships in general as well. Like I was sharing yesterday, like I've been calling my mom, or she's been calling me, just kind of check in, how are you doing, how are you feeling, and I've been getting like text messages from like different friends and just different people in general. Again, same thing, just hey, how are you doing, how's it going, like if you need anything, please let me know. um, so that's been nice, just feeling that love and support from everyone. And even I've had like different family members reach out. I talked to my cousin the other day, we were talking on the phone for a while. And that was really nice, like I was telling her, it reminded me back to our childhood, and, when we used to hang out a lot and stuff like that. And we were being silly, we were playing with filters while we were talking on the phone. So that was nice, I mean, I can't say that that would have happened if this hadn't happened, type thing, if I wasn't in my current situation. So that was really cool. Then my Nina has been reaching out too. Again, we've talked here and there, but not really. So again, just really just again, my relationships are being strengthened, with my mom, with Sal, with friends, just family in general. With my in-laws, like get to spend time, with my mother-in-law. She's been like helping, he's been helping, she's been helping with like, with cooking and feeding me and stuff like that. So that's been really nice. I've been really appreciative and grateful of her as well. And then my sister-in-law is taking me to the doctor on Wednesday. Since again, I can't drive, and Sal doesn't have the time, unfortunately, for work, and my sister couldn't do it either. So she kind of just stepped up and is going to help. So yeah, just been feeling a lot of, again, love and support coming from all different angles and stuff like that. And it's really an amazing feeling, and it's just, reminds, it just, one thing that I had been struggling with, or again, it was in my head in the conversations that I was having, but I didn't feel love, or I didn't feel heard or understood. And again, the universe delivered. It's a complete opposite. I have so much love, I have so much support, I have so much, so many people behind me, and around me, and everyone has my back, and everyone will do anything for me and stuff like that. So it's been really amazing, and I think just eye opening, that how we can get in our heads, and excuse me, how we can be our worst enemies in that sense, that once you made up your mind about something, that you would do anything to be right about it, that you'd do anything to prove yourself right, but it's like, nah, it's not like that. So again, this has really been an eye-opening experience of just to see how much I get in the way of myself, and of allowing others into my life, and get in the way of others being there for me. But again, once I, been able to just really be with myself and have that clarity and have that time to reflect, I was able to see how people have always been there. Again, I just chose not to see it, or I chose to, focus on the negative instead of what was around me. So that's another thing that I realized, or another thing that's kind of come out of all this. And another thing too, the relationship with myself. Like I said, now it's pretty much me, myself, and I. And I've had a lot of time to just be with myself, and to be okay with that, to be able to really, really reflect on who I am, where I'm at, where I'm going, the why, what, who's, like, of me and my life and stuff like that. And again, something that I hadn't really done, because I'm always on the go, I'm always busy, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do, I have so many, things to do and places to be at, type thing, that I've never really allowed myself to just be. And it's like now it's like, I have that time to really just reflect, and, really accept myself and embrace myself and embrace who I am. And, like I said, I know the positive and I love the positive about myself. It's the negative qualities, that we all have. They're all different, but, that I am controlling, that I can be a bitch, that I am, an overachiever, an overthinker, all that stuff. And it's like, I being here with myself, I'm like, I'm learning to accept that about myself. I'm learning to see the positive and all that stuff because, again, being a controlling bitch, like, that's the person that gets shit done. Being an overthinker, again, I'm able to, see things in a different perspective. I'm able, to challenge myself and challenge others, mentally, and see things in a different view. Because I just don't look at things in one way. I look at things in so many different fucking angles. Which again, it's a good thing because I get different perspectives, not just for myself, but for others. And I know that's one thing that has helped me in the field and has helped me working with others and stuff like that. And my relationships in general and friendships, because I do get to see things differently. I know, my friends always kind of joke around, like, I am the therapist of the friends, and not literally because that's the field that I want, but because that's just who I am. So again, just being able to really embrace that and see that with myself and see that as a strength. Because I've always kind of just, up until now, I've always hated that part of myself because I'm like, why can things just be easy for me? Why can I just not over fucking think things? And, but no, like overthinking, being in having that space to be with myself, it's like I've been able to embrace that. I've been able to, see the positive in overthinking and, how it has helped me not just with myself, but again, with my job, with school, with, friends, my clients, just in many different areas of my life. So again, just embracing who I am, the good and the bad. And I think too that I realized, or that the positive came out of this, just how strong I am. Like I was sharing yesterday, like when it happened, and I was texting with a friend. He was there when it happened, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, like, he's like, I saw it. He's like, your foot literally like bent back. He's like, and I heard it snap. He's like, then I just saw your foot went limp, and he's like, and he's like, and I'm looking at you. He's like, and you had like no emotion, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, he's like, I was really confused, and I was telling him, I was like, yeah, like it hurt to my fucking soul, like, I was like, I felt the pain just go, but it's like in the moment, like I said, I don't know, it was weird. It's just like, like I knew, yeah, I was in physical pain, but it's like in that moment, and I mean, it was a lot. It was really, really bad, but it was just like, I didn't cry, and I think again, in the moment, it just felt like, yeah, this is bad, but I know I've been through worse emotionally, and I've felt worse. I've, been through worse. Um, yeah, so again, it was just, yeah, I was in pain and stuff, but I don't know, it's a weird feeling, but then again, that's when I realized, like, how much I can really put up with, not just because of the pain, because I didn't cry, but also, again, reliving or rethinking of everything that I have been through, everything I've survived, that it's like, I am a survivor, I am fucking strong, I can fucking do this, and so yeah, so that was another realization that's kind of, come up for me. And like I was saying yesterday, like, I mean, I've had to carry my weight, on my left foot and crutches and stuff like that. And, it's been difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, I'm walking or whatever, and, I'm like, I have to like stop, take a little break and stuff like that. Or I'm like fucking sweating, but it's like, again, the fact that I keep pushing through, the fact that it's like, no, I am gonna fucking do this, I can do this, and I will do this. It's just, again, I have to go at my pace. It's gonna take me time, it might take me a little longer, but I'm gonna get there. Um, so yeah, and again, like, I've been showering and stuff like that, and, going to the restroom, and, just that my body's a lot more flexible than I give it credit for. Not saying that I'm like fucking Elastigirl or nothing like that, but again, that I'm able to move around and do things that I didn't think were possible, that I have put a limit on myself, that I have put limitations on myself because of my weight. But it's like, nah, like, you can do anything. You just have whatever you set your mind to, like, you can do it, and that's one thing that I've been kind of learning and seeing that, that once I set a goal for myself, especially now, it's like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna, I'll figure it out, find a way, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah, so again, that's another thing that I realized just how fucking strong I am mentally and physically, and, like I said, that I'm not gonna let this fucking stop me. Initially, yeah, I wanted to give up, wanted to say, like, fuck it, and, just let, like, the depression and the isolation and stuff take over, but it's like, like I was talking to Sal, I was like, what good is that gonna do? That's not gonna change anything. That's not gonna, bring my leg back, or, like, me to be able to walk and do what I gotta do. I was like, that's not gonna change anything, and I was telling him, I was like, so what, like, everything that I've been doing, like, I'm just gonna fucking throw away like that, just because, I got hurt, or because, things aren't going, like, my way right now. I was like, fuck that, and like I said, it's not even so much that I will be throwing away the work that I've put in the past, 60 days, but also, like, my future, because it's kind of like, I know what everything that I've been doing is, like, shaping me towards, and what it's, what it's gonna give me. And it's like, so I'm not just giving up these last 60 days, but I'm also giving up my future, of what I've been working for. And it's like, fuck that. Like, no fucking injury or no one or nothing is fucking worth me giving up, my dreams and my goals and my vision. And that's the one thing that I think that really, um, pulled me forward, was thinking about, my vision, like what started all of this to begin with. And like I said, it was to, to change my life, to be a better version of myself, to live an extraordinary life, to make a difference in the life of others, to be what I always wanted growing up and I didn't have, again, to have my own family, to be a mother, to have my own private practice, to be a therapist, to go to school, all these things. And it's like, well, I'm just gonna give that up just like that because I fucking hurt my ankle. Like, fuck that, dude. And that's where it was like, again, like, there you go again, fucking running away, Karina. There you go again, being a little bitch. But it's like, nah, fuck that, So again, I just kind of able to realize, like, you know, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it hurts. I mean, some days more than others, and yeah, it's uncomfortable. But it's like, it's not the fucking end of the world. Other people have it worse. At least you still have your other fucking leg where you can, fucking hop around and do what you gotta do. Again, you have so much fucking love and support. You have an amazing fucking husband, who will do anything for you, who, will fight tooth and nail for you. Like, have a mom, who loves me and keeps checking in, mother-in-law who's willing to help out and feed me. Again, friends, my sisters, like, everyone's been reaching out. Like, I have all this fucking around me, but yet I was just being a fucking brat. Like, no. Um, so yeah, all of that just kind of made me realize, like, fuck your circumstances, fuck your feelings. Like, keep pushing forward, keep moving forward. Like, you fucking got this. You're a boss ass bitch. Like I said, I've been kind of joking around. Like, yeah, I'm a little crazy. I'm controlling. I'm sassy, and but I was like, but I'm not no quitter. Like, yeah, my parents might have raised a little crazy hoe, but I was like, I'm not no quitter. So yeah, so that's kind of really what I realized. And the next couple of days, I really want, I'm committed to posting daily. This point, kind of trying to figure out what I want to post about, what I want to talk about. Because I feel like a lot of the things stuff in my childhood I've kind of tapped into, but I know maybe I can just dive deeper into certain things, or, as things kind of come up. Again, having that time to myself and being able to reflect, I can maybe, as I'm reflecting on things come up, I can maybe just further explore and talk about them on here. But yeah, but I mean, if you guys do have any questions or you guys want to know something in particular, feel free to kind of ask. You can always text me. You can always, on the comments, whatever, and then I can always kind of add that on here. But yeah, so I think that pretty much kind of wraps it up. Again, thank you guys so much for your support, not just with this and watching but just in general, again, being there for me, prior to the injury and then even after the injury. Thank you guys so much for your love, for your support, for your text messages, for your calls, for your posts, just everything. Like, I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I wouldn't be here without you guys. I wouldn't, be able to get myself out of my pits if it wasn't for all of you, just knowing that I have that support and that I'm not alone. So I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, so again, any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to reach out. Until next time, and I love you guys. Bye.